Hey guys, Kurz here with you today. Today I want to go over this cat litter we have here. So this is, let me move this heavy thing around here. This is Dr. Elsey's. So I do know with this particular product, they have a smaller size, and I definitely see why. This bag is not super big, but it weighs a ton. It is very, very heavy. So I definitely see why they do have a smaller bag to buy. This says it weighs 40 pounds. So small bag that weighs 40 pounds makes it a little bit difficult to move around and kind of carry, as well as kind of picking up to pour into your what do you call it, the litter box. So to dump this litter box, a little bit of a challenge. Again, it is what it is. They tell you how much it weighs, so it's not like you're going to be super surprised about the weight. But being a smaller bag, it's got some heft to it. Not that that's a deal breaker, but just something to point out right from the get-go. Let me look at some stuff here on here. Let me move this so you can kind of see it with me. Let's see, 99% dust-free, low tracking, superior odor control, and hard clumping, unscented, natural ingredients. Sorry guys, a little bit. I got some in my throat this morning here, but 99% dust-free. To me, that's there's lots of good stuff here, at least on the label. So that's a really nice little thing, because for me, again, you can already sell them out here, like clearing my throat constantly. I have some mild asthma, so it gives me a little bit of issues when it comes to that type of stuff, like pollen. I'm outside right now, but even do my, changing out the litter box, the dust getting in the air can definitely kind of irritate my stuff there. Low tracking, to me, that's also a really, really nice feature. That's something I don't see a whole lot on cat litter, but the low tracking is really nice. For me, the cats jumping in and out of there, the litter kind of getting thrown on the floor. Whenever you walk in there and the litter gets stuck on the bottom of your shoes, or if you don't have any shoes on the bottom of your feet, that's can be kind of nasty almost. So that's really, really nice, having low tracking. Odor control, pretty obvious on that one. Cats peeing and pooping in there, you don't want a lot of stink. Hard clumping, again, that's going to make it easier to scoop out. So to me, that's definitely something to be excited about, but not a huge one. For me, these other ones are much more important to me than the hard clumping. Unscented, again, for me, that's nice. Again, there's lots of things here I like about just the label even alone here. The unscented part, again, with me having some asthma, having a strong scent in anything in my house, again, gives me a little bit of an issue. So being unscented, that's definitely a plus. So I'm going to open this up and kind of see how much I'm agreeing with everything, at least best I can out here. So I have some scissors. There's other stuff on the back. I'm not going to spend 20 minutes trying to read everything to you, but there's a little bit on the back here about their company, about the product. Pretty typical stuff. These companies like to give you something to read to get you excited about using their product and be excited about using their brand, which I don't blame them one bit. But all right, so I got this open. Let's see what it looks like here. So I want to pull some of this out in my hand so you guys can kind of look at it with me here. Let's see. All right, so this is what it looks like. So you can kind of see here, it's pretty big, I guess grains or granules. It's a pretty big one, so almost looks like a fine gravel. I guess that's going to be the low tracking, maybe. I'm trying to see. Or I guess that could be the dust free or the low tracking, kind of making that bigger. But that's that's actually much larger than what I'm accustomed to seeing. Most cat litter seems to be almost a fine powder. And this being very, very big, it almost looks like a small gravel here. But I guess that would really play into the dust-free as well as the low tracking. As far as the tracking, something I always like to do just to give me an idea of just how low tracking is going to be. I like to get a pinch of it. Don't squeeze, don't squeeze it super hard. Be fair, but give it a little bit of a squeeze and a little bit of a kind of a twist. And now I see how much is left on my fingers. And you can see there looks like basically nothing. So I would say they're going to kind of hold up pretty true to at least the low tracking. Because a lot of times I do this, and if I squeeze it really hard, I'm sure I'll get some. Yeah, you see got some big chunks on there. But again, that's not being very fair by squeezing that hard. But you can kind of see it does get a little bit on there. But again, a cat's not, that big. It's not that heavy. But the reason I do that is, you have natural oils in your skin the same way, or about the same, but similar to the way a cat would on the bottom of their pads. So whenever you kind of give that a little squeeze there, again, nothing came out on here. That's going to be somewhat similar to the way a cat's pads are going to react to the actual granules. If a cat steps in there and a whole bunch sticks, well, I say that. But again, there's not very much weight. But either way, it's doing better than most. But that's going to be pretty similar to the way an actual cat would. They're going to step in there. That natural oil is going to make some of this stuff stick to their pads. Then whenever they step out onto your floor, then that's going to be the tracking that they're promoting that you're not going to have a big issue with. So I think that's going to be pretty true just based on that. Again, that's probably one of the best ones I've seen. Again, usually when I do that, I have quite a bit on my fingers. Even with the low dust ones or the dust-free ones, I generally have quite a bit on me. And this one you saw, I'm getting very little or none. So I think that's going to be very, very accurate. Dust-free, kind of same thing. I'm not seeing any powder floating around here. Nothing's really sticking to my fingers. Hard clumping, short of, putting something on this, I can't really give you an opinion on that one. Same through the odor control. But the clumping and the odor control, that's something that I found most all cat litters that, at least they have it written on there, which I think most of them do. Pretty much every cat litter I've ever used, I think, has been pretty good on the odor control and the clumping. But that's just something they're throwing on there to let you know they're doing it. Unscented, let me get a little smell on here. Hopefully I won't actually suck any of this up in my nose. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm not smelling anything. And again, I do have some mild asthma, so if there was a strong odor, I definitely think it would trigger a little bit more than just me clearing my throat. Again, me clearing my throat just for me being outside here. But so far, so good, guys. I think this is going to be a fantastic product. Again, Dr. Elsey's Ultra, yeah, the litter cats love. So far, so good, guys. I mean, I'm agreeing with everything I'm seeing or reading. It looks like a very good quality cat litter. So I would definitely recommend this so far anyway. So if you guys are looking for a new cat litter, I would definitely recommend this one. It looks like it's going to be maybe a little bit better than most. So I hope somebody out there got something from this video. And thank you for watching, guys. I appreciate it. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.